everybody. We're back. I'm going to show you a recipe that I've been making for a very, very long time. And it's my 3-day fried chicken. And it takes 3 days because there's a process to it. And I'll show you what that is. Over here, I have 5 chicken thighs. I figured I'd fry up some chicken thighs. And they're in a mixture of water and salt. And I had them soak overnight in the refrigerator in this mixture. So right now I'm just going to rinse them off. And you want them in this mixture because when you go to fry the chicken, they won't bleed out so much. Sometimes when you fry chicken, they'll bleed a little bit as you're cooking them. So we're just going to give these a rinse. Rinse off all the salt. Okay, I'm going to do this to all of these and then we'll be back. Hi everybody, we're back. So all I did is I rinsed out the chicken and I have them hanging out there for a minute. Don't worry, my sink is clean. So we're just going to pour, I got some buttermilk here. This is fat-free. Word to the wise though, all buttermilk is the way it's made is made with skim milk, so it's all fat-free. So I'm just gonna submerge these down into the down into the buttermilk rather, and now these guys are gonna hang out in the refrigerator for another 24 hours. And what the buttermilk does is it moisturizes the meat. The salt and water mixture does the same, along with whoops, a little bit too much, along with keeping it from bleeding when you cook it too. So yes, Izzy, make sure you film the mess that I made. Okay, so we're just gonna clean this up a bit, and I'm going to store this in the refrigerator for another 24 hours, and then I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to fry some chicken. So see you in the... Hi everybody, so we're on the 3rd day to my 3-day fried chicken. So the first day we give it a salt water bath, and the second day we give it a buttermilk bath. Now, after when you go from the salt water bath to the buttermilk bath, the salt water bath, you got to rinse that off. The buttermilk bath, do not rinse it off. It's very important. You want that buttermilk on your chicken. But you also want your chicken dry. So take it straight from the refrigerator, straight from the buttermilk to paper towels, and just pat it dry. And you're going to see some funky designs because the buttermilk's still on there, so it's going to take up the design that's on your paper towel. That's perfectly fine. So we're just going to dry these, and it will take a couple of minutes because they're a little wet. So while these are kind of drying out, I'll tell you everything that I do for the breading. Beforehand, because these are really thick chicken thighs, I went ahead and I preheated my oven. I'm not going to be able to fully cook these completely through just in my cast iron frying pan frying them. So after I fry them, I throw them in the oven for about 20 minutes and usually they're done. For my little station I have here, these are just regular cake pans. Hey, they work. I have 4 eggs beaten with a little bit of Frank's red hot sauce, whatever. You could use Tabasco, whatever, it doesn't matter. And in here I have about 2.5 cups of regular all-purpose flour, about 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. That's going to give you some crunch to your topping, along with all these seasonings. You can use whatever seasonings you have and whatever you enjoy. These are just what I like. I have some seasoned salt, some cayenne pepper, some granulated garlic, some Italian seasoning, and some black pepper in with the flour. And of course the hot sauce is in the eggs. Okay, so I'm just going to get this started for you. So I am going to, oh, see, he's still a little swampy, as they call it. Let's grab this little guy. Maybe. Okay. So this is going to get messy. I cannot tell you enough how messy this is going to get. If you're all about keeping things clean, this is probably not the recipe for you to try. So we're going to coat it in the flour first. And it helps because we already have the buttermilk in there. Then we're going to give it a coating of egg. Okay? This is where it's going to get really messy. Now, the meatier the chicken, the more of a coating that you're going to need. Because otherwise it's just going to fall off and it's going to be off or not. So I'm going to form a little well right in here. And I'm just going to plop yes, plop is the technical term. And we're just going to roll, plop and roll in all this flour. Now, right now it looks really neat because this is the first one we've done. I have 5 to do, so it's not going to be really neat. I'm going to let this chill out in my flour for a minute, and I'm going to take the camera because I have a special camera person with me today, and some of you may know him. He wants to have a conversation with a couple of you because a lot of you have been asking me where Toby has been. Well, lately he's been busy with his own YouTube channel. He took Dumbass News to YouTube, and he has one video so far that I helped him film, but he plans on doing some more when he can. But I felt that it might be best to let him explain that to you because I can't do it that way. I can't explain something for somebody. So, anyway, here he is, and I'll take the camera. Just a moment.
Okay, I had to put my teeth in. I wasn't ready for this. I hope everybody's doing well out there. It has been a long time since I've appeared in one of Heather's videos. And like she said, I'm kind of laying off the blog here. I have been for about 6 weeks now. And I'm working on getting YouTube, Dumbass News over to YouTube exclusively. And then I'm going to be posting any videos I do on, I call it Dumbass Tube. I'm going to be posting those on the blog as well. Maybe Heather will include a link to the Dumbass News YouTube channel, Dumbass Tube. And I hope you'll get a kick out of all that, because it's really kind of fun for me to do. And it's a lot easier than blogging, because I've had some problems with some health issues lately that have, you know, just kind of drained me a little bit. So I kind of got to recharge and get back to abnormal. Heather, I'll throw that link down in the description bar for you, or someplace along there. And the video I have up right now is one we did, I don't know, a couple of months ago, I guess, when we had a blizzard. I did a live blog in the middle of the blizzard, and Heather was a trooper and was my camera person. So I'm going to give it back to her. It's good to see you all again. I appreciate the comments and the concern of where I've been, so now you know. And I'll be back from time to time, but we'll just see how things work out in the meantime.
We're going to try to let Izzy take over because this has been an interest of hers. So we're trying to encourage those skills with her. So that's another tidbit of information.
There you go. And Izzy does a fine job. She's learning, and she's doing real well so far, and we look forward to her participating a little bit more and helping Mom out as time goes by. Thanks again.
Okay, so now you got your original camera person, but now you have a better explanation of what's going on with Toby. And I will put that link down in the description bar for you guys. Now, if you're not sure if your oil is 100%, throw a little flour in there. And it's not quite bubbling. I need a couple more minutes for the oil to work. You know, sometimes in cooking, you can't even guess. Sometimes it just has to be on its own. So we're going to go away for a minute and let the oil come up to temperature. This is just regular vegetable oil. So you can use whatever frying oil you like. So we'll be back when the oil decides to work with us. Hi everybody, and we're back. So my oil just came up to temperature. I threw the chicken thighs in. Well, I didn't throw them. You have to put them in there very carefully, obviously. And I just put them in there. These are really big chicken thighs, so I really didn't want to crowd the pan too much. And I didn't want to overflow the oil, because that would not be fun. So I'm just finishing up these last pieces of chicken thighs. There's 5 chicken thighs here. I mean, and look at the size of that thing. I mean, that's a chicken thigh, you know? So I'm just working on my little breading station here. Very important when you go to fry meats like this, bone-in meats too, you leave it alone. Don't even think about messing with that right now with tongs, because all that coating that we took the time and energy to put in will be scraped away. And where this is 3-day fried chicken, it took you 3 days to get some of this going on here. You could lose it in a matter of seconds if you start messing with this stuff. And when it's ready to flip, we'll come back and I'll show you what it's going to look like sitting how it is when it's ready to flip. And we'll be back. Hi everyone, we're back just in time to flip. Now if you look very carefully, while we had a little break here, I went ahead and I cleaned up, and the whole time this was frying on this side, I did not touch it. This is the first time I'm touching it, and I can tell it's time to flip it, because if you look underneath all these frying bubbles, you'll see some brown splotches. And that's when you know it's time to flip. And look at that. That's how you can tell. Be very careful. And that crust is just not going anywhere. So that's how you can tell when it's ready to flip. So I'll be back, and just understand, you know, you got to be patient. This is one of those processes that you got to have a little patience with. But I'll be back when we're getting ready to put them in the oven. Hi everybody, so we are at the last 2 chicken thighs that we're just going to get ready to pop in the oven. Now, they're not going to need much time in the oven, but I definitely want them in there, because with chicken, you just never know. And where these are really big chicken thighs, I want them cooked really well. So I fried each thigh about 15 minutes on each side, and I'm just going to put them in the oven for about 20 minutes. What that's going to do, it's going to do a couple of things for me. It's going to finish cooking internally, plus it's going to dry up all the grease so I don't have to use up all my paper towels. So there's a tip there for you. If you want to use some racks, you can go ahead and do that. I'm just cleaning up some grease. You can go ahead and do that as well. We'll be back with a taste test. Izzy will do the taste test. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Hi everybody. So this is my 3-day fried chicken. As you can see, it comes out really nice and stuff. This was one of my favorites before surgery. Of course, I can't eat this stuff now. It will make me sick. However, my family still enjoys it. So, we're bringing in an old taste tester that I'm sure some of you are familiar with. And I'm just going to let him take over. He's going to have to get his own plate and his own fork and his own knife because that's just how we work in this house. So I'm going to take over. So until next time, guys, live, laugh, and love, and I will see you next time.
Okay, let me get my stuff real quick. It won't take a second. Get that. Whoops. Little fork. Little knife action. And now for some yard bird. This is one thing I wish we could eat more often, but like Heather said, since she's had this surgery, she can't have fried foods like this because it makes her not feel so hot. However, I haven't had any surgery, and I'm going to tear this mamma jamma up. Look at this. Look at all the... Whoops.
Good job.
That was a bone, but that's okay. Watch this. Look at that juice. Holy jeez. Sir, I can just get me a bite out of there like that. Looky here.
That's going to be hot.
It's going to be big too. I can't eat that. I got to take small bites since I got my store-bought teeth and all that. So I'm going to cut that in half, maybe. There we go. Get the crust right there. Hot, but it's going to be good. Mom, get out of the way. There's a new fried chicken queen. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you next time. Adios.